Welcome to Skyrim Storytime. It's been a week. I am a super slacker. I was sick for some of it, so I apologize. But we're back. Let's get to it. Let's mess with some cursing mud crabs. Let's find lore books and learn more about the vast, vast lore of Skyrim uh, and all the previous games, because apparently that's all included so far. Today is hosted, I believe, Moon's Blossom will be joining for a dual stream. She's going to be painting miniatures. And the rest of my friends I don't see online right now, so yeah. We'll see. We will see what is what. I don't even remember, because it's been a week, I don't even remember where we left off. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing at all. I'm not sure. But I want to keep my promises. I've got Barbas. Alright, let's take a look. What were we doing? Oh, that's right. It looks like we were doing a Daedra's best friend. I wonder if I should go... I better check to see how much I weigh. Oh, yeah, I am full. We're gonna go ahead and pop down to our favorite spots to sell. Because we are absolutely full. And I bet you I've thrown stuff on Lydia, too. As I patiently wait for these two to open up the store. Or I should say impatiently wait.
Divine smile on you, friend. Good day.
Thank you so much for taking care of those thieves. The Riverwood Trader is back to the way it used to be. Good to see you. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
See if there's anything I would want. He does have a wooden sword for the kids, so now I can give one to the kids. Alright, let's take a look here and... Oh, crap, I forgot to see if I'm wearing my, my haggling. Yeah, I am, actually.
You and me, we're the only people around who aren't. Take a look.
Okay. I should enchant these. 202 gold rings. Oh my lord. I think I should. I need to take both of these up for deconstructing. Two wooden swords for the kids. Okay, I should weigh a lot less now. Yeah, 168. Let's see.
Here's everything I have.
Why do you have the orcish bow of ice? I'll leave, take the longbow and one of those. That off of you, keep that, keep that.
Let's get going then.
My sister Camilla or I will be happy to help you. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Alright, let's see. Goat horns! I should go drop that off. Orcish bow of ice. That's kind of nifty. Keeping that too, because that's just nifty. Okay, that's for the kids.
All right then.
Alright. I did do some research, and if I don't finish Barbas's quest, we pretty much can keep him for the rest of the game. Let's run to Whiterun. We can read a book. We can tear apart a couple of these items. I can take a sip of tea. Have I been dropping stuff off here or at the other house? That is the question. It is empty, so no, I have not. Alright, let's run up.
Rise up, Stormcloaks! Embrace the word of mighty Talos! He who is one man!
Let's see what good. Oh, Farengar's up to. And we did fill some of those soul gems, so we could do some enchanting while we're here. Disenchanting. Catch a book. Maybe 2 to get us started. See, I like all of these things. So now I need to sell those extras. Dang. Actually. Okay, I took that one. Let's get to crafting. Yay! We leveled up. Woot, woot. Leveled up. Leveled up. Give me all that stamina. Ooh, we hit speech 50. Which means, I believe, we could finally be a merchant. Oh, that's lovely. I've been waiting to do that for quite the while. This takes time and effort. I got a greater soul gem filled with a common soul? Boo. That's gross. Alright, Farengar, darling.
Come to Dragon's Reach to discuss the ongoing... So, you wish to master the arcane arts?
Let's see what you have. You have that one that's empty. A couple of those that are empty. A couple of those that are empty. And a couple of those that are empty. So let's go straight to it, shall we? You want that. And that. Fair enough. I've bought all you had. Sold you all I have.
Remember, your mind is the best weapon you have.
We're running out of books in his library. Pity. Volume 3 and Volume 4 of The Real Threat. Or we can start off with Real Baronziah, which I think is what we're going to do. But in the meantime, I want people to have access to me. So if you would give me just a sec, I'm going to be in stream chat, just in case anyone wants to join me. There, now we're in position. And we're going to start up our first story. Excuse me. The Real Baronziah, Volume 3, by Anonymous. For several days, Baronziah felt a weight of sorrow at her separation from her friends. But by the second week out, her spirits began to rise a little. She found that she enjoyed being on the road again, although she missed Straw's companionship more than she would have thought. They were escorted by a troop of Redguard knights with whom she felt comfortable, although these were much more disciplined and decorous than the guards of the merchant caravans she had spent time with. They were genial, but respectful toward her despite her attempts at flirtation. Simica scolded her privately, saying a queen must maintain royal dignity at all times. "You mean I'm never to have any fun?" she inquired petulantly. "Aye, not with such as these. They are beneath you. Graciousness is to be desired from those in authority, my lady. Familiarity is not. You will remain chaste and modest while you are at the imperial city." Baronziah made a face. "I might as well be back at Darkmoor Keep. Elves are promiscuous by nature, you know. Everyone says so." "Everyone is wrong, then. Some are, some aren't. The Emperor and I expect you to display both discrimination and good taste. Let me remind you, Your Highness, that you hold the throne of Mournhold, not by right of blood, but solely at the pleasure of Tiber Septim. If he judges you unsuitable, your reign will end ere it begins. He requires intelligence, obedience, discretion, and total loyalty of all his appointees, and he favors chastity and modesty in women. I strongly suggest you model your department after our good Drelian, my lady." "I'd as lief be back in Darkmoor," Baronziah snapped resentfully, offended at the thought of emulating the prudish Drelian in any way. "That is not an option, Your Highness. If you are of no use to Tiber Septim, he will see to it that you are of no use to his enemies either," the general said portentously. "If you would keep your head on your shoulders, take heed. Let me add that power offers pleasures other than those of carnality and cavorting with base company. He began to speak of art, literature, drama, music, and the grand balls thrown at the imperial court. Berengaria listened with growing interest, spurred on not entirely by his threats. But afterwards she asked timidly if she might continue her study of magic while at the imperial city. Symmachus seemed pleased at this and promised to arrange it. Encouraged, she then said that she noted 3 of their knights' escort were women and asked if she might train a little with them, just for the sake of exercise. The general looked less delighted at this, but gave his consent, though stressing it would only be with the women. The late winter weather held fair, though slightly frosty, for the rest of their journey, so that they traveled quickly over firm roads. On the last day of their trip, spring seemed to have arrived at last, for there were hints of a thaw. The road grew muddy underfoot, and everywhere one could hear water trickling and dripping faintly, but steadily. It was a welcome sound. They came to the great bridge that crossed into the imperial city at sunset. The rosy glow turned the stark white marble edifices of the metropolis a delicate pink. It all looked very new and grand and immaculate. A broad avenue led north toward the palace. A crowd of people of all sorts and races filled the wide concourse. Lights winked out in the shops and on in the inns as dusk fell, and stars came out singly, then by 2s and 3s. Even the side streets were broad and brightly illuminated. Near the palace, the towers of an immense Mage's Guild Hall reared toward the east, while westward the stained-glass windows of a huge tabernacle glittered in the dying light. Symmachus had apartments in a magnificent house 2 blocks from the palace, past the temple of the One, he identified as they passed it, an ancient Nordic cult with which Tiber Septim had revived. He said that Berengaria would be expected to become a member should she prove acceptable to the emperor. The place was quite splendid, although little to Berengaria's taste. The walls and furnishings were done in utter pristine white, relieved only by touches of dull gold, and the floors in dully gleaming black marble. Berengaria's eyes ached for color and the interplay of subtle shadings. In the morning, Symmachus and Drelian escorted her to the imperial palace. Berengaria noted that everyone they met greeted Symmachus with a deferential respect, in some cases bordering on obsequiousness. The general seemed to take it for granted. They were ushered directly into the imperial presence. Morning sun flooded a small room through a large window with tiny panes, washing over a sumptuously laden breakfast table and the single man who sat there, dark against the light. He leapt to his feet as they entered and hurried toward them. "Ah, Symmachus, our most loyal friend, we welcome your return most gladly." His hand held Symmachus' shoulders briefly, fondly, halting the deep genuflection the dark elf had been in the process of effecting. Berengaria curtsied as Tiber Septim turned to her. "Berengaria, our naughty little runaway. How do you do, child? Here, let us have a look at you." "Why, Symmachus, she's charming, absolutely charming. Why have you hidden her from us all these years? Is the light too much, child? Shall we draw the hangings?" "Yes, of course." He waved aside Symmachus' protest and drew the curtains himself, not troubling to summon a servant. "You will pardon us for this discourtesy towards yourselves, our dear guest. We've much to think of, though that's scant excuse for hospitality's neglect. But pray join us. There's some excellent nectarines from Black Marsh." They settled themselves at the table. Baronzaya was dumbfounded. Tiber Septim was nothing like the green-gray giant warrior she'd pictured. He was of average height, fully half a head shorter than tall Symmachus, although he was well knit of figure and lithe of movement. He had a winning smile, bright, indeed piercing, blue eyes, and a full head of stark white hair above a lined and withered face. He might have been any age from 40 to 60. He pressed food and drink upon them, then repeated the question the general had asked her days ago. Why had she left home? Had her guardians been unkind to her? No, Excellency, Baronzai replied. In truth, no, although I fancied so at times. Symmachus had fabricated a story for her, and Baronzaya told it now, although with a certain misgiving. The stable boy Straw had convinced her that her guardians, unable to find a suitable husband for her, meant to sell her off as a concubine in Rahad, and when a Redguard had indeed come, she had panicked and fled with Straw. Tiber Septim seemed fascinated and listened rapidly as she provided details of her life as a merchant caravan escort. Why, 'tis a ballad! By the one we'll have the court bards set it to music. What a charming boy you must have made. General Symmachus said, Baronzai stopped in some confusion, then proceeded. He said, well, that I no longer look much like a boy. I have grown in the past few months. She lowered her gaze in what she hoped approximated maidenly modesty. He's a very discerning fellow, is our loyal friend Symmachus. I know I've been a foolish girl, Excellency. I must crave your pardon and that of my kind guardians. I realized that some time ago, but I was too ashamed to go back home. But I don't want to return to Darkmoor now, Excellency. I long for Mournhold. My soul pines for my own country. Our dear child, you shall go home, we promise you. But we pray you remain with us a little longer, that you may prepare yourself for the grave and solemn task with which we shall charge you. Baronzai gazed at him earnestly, heart beating fast. It was all working, just as Symmachus had said it would. She felt a warm flush of gratitude toward him, but was careful to keep her attention focused on the Emperor. I am honored, Excellency, and wish most earnestly to serve you and this great empire you have built in any way I can. It was the politic thing to say, to be sure, but Baronzaya really meant it. She was awed at the magnificence of the city, and the discipline and order evident everywhere, and moreover was excited at the prospect of being a part of it all, and she felt quite taken by the gentle Tiber Septim. After a few days, Symmachus left for Mournhold to take up the duties of a governor until Baronzaya was ready to assume the throne, after which he would become her prime minister. Baronzaya, with Dreliane as chaperone, took up residence in a suite of rooms at the imperial palace. Several tutors were provided her, and all the fields deemed seemly for a queenly education. During this time, she became deeply interested in the magical arts, but she found the study of history and politics not at all to her preference. On occasion, she met with Tiber Septim in the palace gardens, and he would unfailingly and politely inquire as to her progress, and chide her, although with a smile, for her disinterest at matters of state. However, he was always happy to instruct her on the finer points of magic, and he could make even history and politics seem interesting. They're people, child, not dry facts in a dusty volume, he said. As her understanding broadened, their discussions grew longer, deeper, more frequent. He spoke to her of his vision of a united Tamriel, each race separate and distinct, but with shared ideals and goals, all contributing to the commonwealth. Some things are universal, shared by all sentient folk of goodwill, he said. So the one teaches us. We must unite against the malicious and the brutish, the miscreated, the orcs, trolls, goblins, and other worse creatures, and not strive against one another. His blue eyes would light up as he stared into his dream, and Barenziah was delighted just to sit and listen to him. If he drew close to her, the sight of her body next to him would glow as if he were a smoldering blaze. If their hands met, she would tingle all over, as if his body were charged with a shock spell. One day, quite unexpectedly, he took her face in his hands and kissed her gently on the mouth. She drew back after a few moments, astonished by the violence of her feelings, and he apologized instantly. We didn't mean to do that. It's just, you are so beautiful, dear. So very beautiful. He was looking at her with hopeless yearning in his generous eyes. She turned away, tears streaming down her face. Are you angry with us? Speak to us, please. Barenziah shook her head. I could never be angry with you, Excellency. I love you. I know it's wrong, but I can't help it. We have a consort, he said. She's a good and virtuous woman, the mother of our children and future heirs. We could never put her aside. Yet there is nothing between us and her, no sharing of the spirit. She would have us be other than what we are. We are the most powerful person in all of Tamriel, and Barenziah, I think I am the most lonely as well. He stood up suddenly. Power, he said with some blind content. I'd trade a goodly share of it for youth and love if the gods would only sanction it. But you are strong and vigorous and vital, more than any man I've ever known. He shook his head vehemently. Today, perhaps. Yet I am less than I was yesterday, last year, 10 years ago. I feel the sting of my mortality, and it is painful. If I can ease your pain, let me. Barenziah moved toward him, hands outstretched. No, I would not take your innocence from you. I'm not that innocent. How so? The Emperor's voice suddenly grated harshly, his brows knitted. Barenziah's mouth went dry. What had she just said? But she couldn't turn back now. He would know. There was straw, she faltered. I was lonely too. Am lonely. And not so strong as you. She cast her eyes down in abashment. I guess I'm not worthy, Excellency. No, not so, Barenziah. My Barenziah. I cannot last for long. You have a duty towards Mournhold and a duty towards the Empire. I must tend toward mine as well, but while we may, shall we share what we have, what we can, and pray the one forgives us our frailty? Tiber Septim held out his arms, and wordlessly, willingly, Barenziah stepped into his embrace. You caper on the edge of a volcano, child, Drillian admonished as Barenziah admired the splendid star sapphire ring her imperial lover had given her to celebrate their 1-month anniversary. How so? We make one another happy. We harm no one. Symmachus bade me be discriminating and discreet. Who better could I choose? And we've been most discreet. He treats me like a daughter in public. Tiber Septim's nightly visits were made through a secret passage that only few in the palace were privy to. Himself and a handful of trusted bodyguards. He slavers over you like a cur his supper. Have you not noticed the coolness of the Empress and her son toward you? Barenziah shrugged. Even before she and Septim had become lovers, she'd received no more from his family than bare civility. Threadbare civility. What matter? It is Tiber who holds the power. But it is his son who holds the future. Do not put his mother up to public scorn, I beg you. Can I help it if that dry stick of a woman cannot hold her husband's interest even in conversation at dinner? Have less to say in public, that is all I ask. She matters little, it is true, but her children love her, and you do not want them as enemies. Tiber Septim has not long to live, I mean. Drelian admitted quickly at Berenzia's scowl. Humans are all short-lived. Ephemeral, as we of the elder races say, they come and go as the seasons. But the families of the powerful ones live on for a time. You must be a friend to this family if you would see lasting profit from your relationship. But how can I make you see truly? You are so young and human-bred as well. If you take heed and wisely, you and Mournhold are likely to live to see the fall of the Septimus dynasty, if indeed he has founded one. Just as you have witnessed its rise, it is the way of human history. They ebb and flow like the inconstant tides. Their cities and dominions bloom like spring flowers, only to wither and die in the summer sun. But the elves endure. We are as a year to their hour, a decade to their day. Berenzia just laughed. She knew that rumors abounded about her in Tiber Septim. She enjoyed the attention, for all save the Empress and her son seemed captivated by her. Minstrels sang of her dark beauty and her charming ways. She was in fashion and in love, and if it was temporary, well, what was not? She was happy for the first time she could remember, each of her days filled with joy and pleasure, and the nights were even better. What is wrong with me? Berenzia lamented. Look, not one of my skirts fit. What's become of my waistline? Am I getting fat? Berenzia regarded her thin arms and legs and her undeniably thickened waist in the mirror with displeasure. Drelian shrugged. You appear to be with child, young as you are. Constant pairing with a human has brought you to early fertility. I see no choice but for you to speak with the Emperor about it. You are in his power. It would be best, I think, for you to go directly to Mournhold, if he would agree to it, and bear the child there. Alone? Berenzia placed her hands on her swollen belly, tears forming in her eyes. Everything in her yearned to share the fruit of her love with her lover. He'll never agree to that. He won't be parted from me now, you'll see. Drelian shook her head. Although she said no more, a look of sympathy and sorrow had replaced her usual cool scorn. That night, Berenzia told Tiber Septim when he came to her for their usual assignation. With child? He looked shocked, no, stunned. You're sure of it? But I was told elves do not bear at so young an age. Berenzia forced a smile. How can I be sure? I shall have my healer fetched. The healer, a high elf of middle years, confirmed that Berenzia was indeed pregnant, and that such a thing had never before been known to happen. It was a testimony to his excellency potency, the healer said in sycophantic tones. Tiber Septim roared at him. This must not be, he said. Undo it. We command you. Sire, the healer gaped. I may not. Of course you can, you incompetent dullard, the Emperor snapped. It is our express wish that you do so. Berenzia, then silent and wide-eyed with terror, suddenly sat up in bed. No, she screamed. No, what are you saying? Child. Tiber Septim sat down beside her, his face wearing one of his winning smiles. I am so sorry, truly, but this cannot be. Your issue would be a threat to my son and his sons. I shall no more put it plainly than that. The child I bear is yours, she wailed. No, it is now but a possibility, it might be, not yet gifted with a soul or quickened into life. I will not have it so, I forbid it. He gave the healer another hard stare, and the elf began to tremble. Sire, it is her child. Children are few among the elves. No elven woman conceives more than 4 times, and that is very rare. 2 is the usual number. Some bear none even, and some only one. If I take this one from her, sire, she may not conceive again. You promised us she would not bear to us. We've little faith in your prognostications. Baronziah scrambled naked from the bed and ran for the door, not knowing where she was going, only that she could not stay. She never reached it. Darkness overtook her. She awoke to pain and a feeling of emptiness, a void where something used to be. Something that used to be alive but now was dead and gone forever. Dreliane was there to soothe the pain and clean up the blood that still pooled at times between her legs, but there was nothing to fill the emptiness. There was nothing to take the place of the void. The Emperor sent magnificent gifts and vast arrangements of flowers, and came on short visits, always well attended. Baronziah received these visits with pleasure at first, but Tiber Septim came no more at night, and after time, nor did she wish him to. Some weeks passed, and when she's completely physically recovered, Dreliane informed her that Symmachus had written to request she come to Mournhold earlier than planned. It was announced that she would leave forthwith. She was given a grand retinue, an extensive trousseau befitting a queen, and an elaborate and impressive ceremonial departure from the gates of the imperial city. Some people were sorry to see her leave and expressed their sadness in tears and expostulations, but some others were not and did not. That one was huge and very deep. Very, very, very interesting. Time to go check on the good old homestead real quick.
Hey Ma, welcome back. Want to play a game?
Back to bed, children. Catch some sleep, get some boost.
Hello, my love. Back from some adventure, I bet? Yes, my love? What do you need? Here, this is fresh. I'll have another meal ready tomorrow. We have a cozy little profit. Here, this is your share, love. Goodbye, my love.
Dog, you in my way. Wench, you're in my way. Why is everybody getting in my way? Let's put the ingredients in here. Okay. Building supplies, of course, go in here. Now, we read a nice long book. Let's head back up here. here and hit the road. There we go. Yay, soul gem. Wonder why I ran away. Ice wolf pelt. Pretty puppy pelt. And the wolf killed the hunter. That was... You're naked now. Alright, now I feel like we're playing Skyrim. We have nudity, filled soul gems. We've read a book. This is starting to feel like it should be. Huh. Bad guy or good guy? Oh, yes. Fill my soul gem. Yeah. Filled soul gem. Wait, am I going the right way? Yeah. Apparently we're going the right way. Cause random werewolf much. Guess it would have been quicker had I picked that location. I bet it's down there. Oh, boo. Hope I don't fall to my death. That would stink. And we've already almost hit the hour mark. Where is it? I mean, did I go the wrong freaking way? Free Nern route. Where is that thing going? You ran away like a punk. Yeah, this seems like I went the wrong freaking way. And I don't see how I can get up there. So that's my question. So it looks like, do I do some parkour? Because it's like it's telling me it's right here. And that I seriously went the longest route possible, which, as everybody knows me very well, knows that I get lost. It's down there. Well, how the heck am I supposed to get there without some crazy parkour? Like, seriously. This is some seriously crazy parkour. Oh, there's a path. But hey, found it. We shall enter. And we'll go ahead and do a save. It's been an hour. Okay. Oh, that was my kitty sneezing. Oh, poor baby. My poor kitty. Free stuff, gotta get my free stuff. Free stuff, free stuff. Eat them up, yum. Ooh, books. Alright, time for another book. I think 2 per hour is a nice goal. The Song of Pelennor, Volume 6, On His Madness. Editor's note, volumes 1 through 6 are taken from the so-called Rimmon manuscript located in the Imperial Library. It is a transcription of older fragments collected by an unknown scholar of the early Second Era. Beyond this, little is known of the original sources of these fragments, some of which appear to be from the same period, perhaps even from the same manuscript. But as no scholarly consensus yet exists on dating these 6 fragments, no opinions will be offered here. I.e., spoiler alert. And it is said that he emerged into the world like a pedomaic, that is, born by Sithis, and all the forces of change therein. Still others, like Fift and Nutid, said that beneath the Pelennor's star armor was a chest that gaped open to show no heart, only a red rage-shaped diamond fashion, singing like a mindless dragon, and that this was proof that he was a myth echo, and that where he trod were shapes of the first urging. Pellinol cared for none of this, and killed any who would speak god logic, except for fair Parith, who he said, quote, enacts rather than talks, as language without exertion is dead witness, end quote. When those soldiers who heard him say this stared blankly, he laughed and swung his sword, running into the reign of Cain and to slaughter the Aeoliad captives, screaming, O Akka, for our shared madness I do this. I watch you watching me, watching back. Umaril dares call us out, for that is how we made him. And it was during these fits of anger and nonsense that Pellinol would fall into the madness, where whole swaths of lands were devoured in divine rampage to become void, and Alessia would have to pray to the gods for their succor, and they would reach down as one mind and soothe the white strake until he no longer had the will to kill the earth and whole. And Garrod of the Men-Navi once saw such a madness from afar, and maneuvered after it had abated to drink together with Pellinol, and he asked what such an affliction felt like, to which Pellinol could only answer, quote, like when the dream no longer needs its dreamer. That was not creepy at all. Nope. Nope. Totally not creepy. I have left nudity and looting in my wake. We are officially back in Skyrim. Hooray! Hooray! And All-Star's not even here. I'm being deliciously evil. And he's not here to bear witness upon the evil.
Hey, the cave. Wonder what's inside.
I want to see where I missed the pathway, which is not surprising. It's me. Get lost all the time. Ah, it was down the opposite way of where we landed. Okay, that's why I missed it. Because I never saw it. Okie dokie. Let us... Oh, I am facing the right direction. Where do I go to visit our good friend? Huh? I wonder who cleaned up this place. I left a lot of naked dead people around here. Kind of feel cheated. That somebody's already found my, stash of dead people. Oh no, here's one. Alright. Feel better now. Dog barking so much is gonna get us in trouble if there's actually anyone alive left to make a nuisance. Yeah, see, empty. Oh, there's still a book left, but I just read, so... Come on, come inside. You're blocking me. Oh, you're an idiot. Come on, wench. Move out the way. Oh, there we go. This looks like somewhere I've been. Nudity. Nobody gets to keep their dignity. Here we go.
Ah, you've got the axe. And my dog. Splendid. Excellent work. A hero and his faithful companion retrieving the ancient artifact for the prince. It's almost storybook. Ah, but it almost seems a shame to give a weapon like that away, doesn't it? I suppose I could be persuaded to let you keep it. But only if you use the axe to kill Barbas. Simple as that.
Oh, wait a second. There's another option here. The axe isn't the only item dear old Clavicus has. Give him the rueful axe, and once we're reunited, the mask of Clavicus Vile will be yours. Oh, wait a second. There's another option.
And? Huh. You're no fun at all. Guess I'll have to make my own fun elsewhere. And with the pup back, I'll be restored to my full power. There's a whole world just waiting for me.
I knew I could trust you.
Yeah, dog gets master, master gets cosmic axe. Everyone's happy. Just get over here, mutt.
Don't worry, I'll make sure he sees the light. I trusted you, now you trust me.
Ah, that feels so much better. You forget how nice supreme power feels until you've been stuck in a cave for a few years. Now, as for your wish, an end to the war, was it? I'll make sure this war ends all right. Just as soon as the dragons swarm across Skyrim and wipe out all of you puny... Oh, fine. Have my boon and be done with it. more interesting deals to make anyway.
All-Star wasn't here to tell me to kill the dog or not to kill the dog, so... It's heavy armor, though. Good for speech. This is a quick exit. Oh, hey, look, I dropped a bunch of crap off. Yeah, there's a quick exit. Alright, that's another quest off the list. Oh, stretch a mile here. Oh. Alright. Clavicus file is done. I have his mask. Let's take a look. Kind of feel like being evil. Let's go do some murdering. Murdering sounds nice. Little break from tradition. Teehee. Kind of murdered somebody in the street. Crap. Yep. Crap. Too soon. Too soon. Ouch. Too soon. Don't hurt my horse. Just go ahead and book it. Oof. Run away, run away, run away. Do, do, do. Are they still following me? Well, still murdered them. They murdered. May not have been like a really successful murder, but I murdered them. And we will not get to see Moon today. That kind of stinks. But we made friends with the Daedric Prince. Ooh, hey, new book. We should read this. The Night Mother's Truth by Gaston Bellafort. Although various works have been written on the subject of both Morrowind's Morag Tong and Tamriel's more widespread Dark Brotherhood, there remains confusion as to precisely when and how these two feared assassins' guilds formed. Or, more specifically, when and how the Dark Brotherhood split from the Morag Tong, as the former is widely accepted to have sprung from the latter. The largest point of contention seems to be the figure of the Night Mother, a woman who figures prominently in both organizations. Through extensive research and interviews, and not inconsiderable risk to my own life, for the Dark Brotherhood holds this information sacred, I have finally solved this ages-old mystery. I have finally uncovered the Night Mother's truth. Although her name has been lost to time, the Night Mother was once a mere mortal, a dark elf woman who lived in a small village once located where the city of Bravil stands now. In the imperial province of Cyrodiil, she was a respected member of the Morag Tong, and like her fellow members, this woman made her trade as an assassin in service to the Daedric prince Mephala. In fact, the woman held the title of Night Mother, reserved for the highest-ranking female member of the organization. To the Night Mother of a particular sect was to be that group's matron, the favored of Mephala, both respected and feared. However, it was not Mephala who facilitated the transformation from woman to specter, but another, some would say far deeper form of evil, Sithis, the Dreadlord, embodiment of the unending void. Following the potentate's assassination and Second Era 324, strife descended upon the Morag Tong, and the guild was all but eradicated in Cyrodiil and much of the Empire. It was shortly after these events that the Dunmer woman claimed to hear the voice of Sithis himself. The Dreadlord, she claimed, was displeased. He was unhappy with the Morag Tong's lack of success. The Void, he told her, was hungry for souls, and it was her destiny to set things right. And so, according to Dark Brotherhood legend, Sithis visited the Night Mother in her bedchamber and begot her 5 children. 2 years passed before the unthinkable happened. The Dark Elf woman followed through with the Dreadlord's ultimate plan. One night, she murdered her children and sent their souls straight to the Void, straight to their father. When they learned of this affront to decency, the people of the village rallied against the woman, for such an act was considered incomprehensible. Even for Night Mother of the Morag Tong, in one night of vengeance they descended upon the woman, killing her, and burning down the house in which the atrocity took place. And that was the end of the story. Or so everyone thought. A little more than 30 years later, an unnamed man heard a strange, comforting voice inside his very head, just as the Dunmer woman claimed to hear the voice of Sithis inside hers. The voice identified herself as the Night Mother and named the man Listener, the first of many. And so the unholy matron set her servant on his path. He would found a new organization, a guild of assassins known as the Dark Brotherhood, in service not to Mephala, but to the dreadlord Sithis. The Morak Tong, now surviving only in Morrowind, was an artifact of a forgotten age. The Dark Brotherhood would marry business with death. The organization would grow in wealth and power, and the void would swell with fresh souls. It was, the Night Mother told her listener, the perfect arrangement. In the early days of the Dark Brotherhood, the bodies of the Night Mother and her children were recovered from their original burial site and interred in a crypt beneath the site of her house, and there they remain, even today. So if in your travels you find yourself in the city of Bravo and make a wish at the statue of the lucky old lady, as is the local custom, know that you stand on sacred, if evil ground, for you stand above the Night Mother, the unholy matron herself, and your luck has just run out. Oh.
But the Night Mother is mother to all. It is her voice we follow, her will. Would you dare risk disobedience? And surely punishment?
Keep talking, little man, and we'll see who gets punished.
Oh, be quiet, you great lumbering lapdog. The man has had a long journey. At least be civil. Mr. Cicero, I, for one, am delighted you and the Night Mother have arrived. Your presence here signals a welcome return to tradition.
Oh, what a kind and wise wizard you are! Sure to earn Our Lady's favor.
You and the Night Mother are of course welcome here, Cicero. And you will be afforded the respect deserving of your position as keeper. Understood, husband?
Oh, yes, yes, yes! Thank you, thank you, thank you!
But make no mistake, I am the leader of this sanctuary. My word is law. Are we clear on that point?
Oh, yes, mistress! Perfectly! You're the boss!
Ah, there you are. Good. I was done speaking with that muttering fool anyway. We've got some business to discuss. I do indeed. You must go to the city of Markarth and speak with the apothecary's assistant. You'll probably find her in the Hag's Cure when the shop is open. The girl's been running her mouth. Wants an ex-lover killed. She's apparently performed the Black Sacrament. Her name is Muiri. I need you to talk to her, set up the contract, and carry it out. Just do whatever the contact wishes. Be professional, represent us well, and get the job done. Since it's your first contract, I'll let you keep whatever Muiri pays. She'll be generous, I'm sure. They always are.
Wait! Oh, wait! I know you. Yes, yes! From the road, Cicero never forgets a face. I am! But not just my mother, our mother, The Night Mother, oh yes. And you helped me. You helped poor Cicero. You talked to Lorius and got him to fix my wheel. Oh, you may have pleased me, but you have surely pleased the Night Mother. And our mother, she will never forget. Me? Oh, Cicero is just the keeper. I keep. I look after our matron, you see, the Night Mother. I keep her clean and protected and happy. But I am not the listener. Oh, no. There is no listener. Not yet. But someday, I pray that one will come to hear her. Oh, well, the listener is the only person the Night Mother speaks to. It is the highest honor attainable by a member of the Dark Brotherhood.
Ooh.
Though, of course, Our Lady is dead, so she doesn't talk with words, since her lips are rotted. But inside the listener's head, I hear it's intimate. Ah, but there has not been a listener in years and years. Our Lady has not chosen Cicero, and certainly not Astrid, or anyone. But someday. Stay safe.
He's nutters, but I kind of like him for some reason.
Need something? Of course she is. I hear the mining business is extremely cutthroat. And those hours, they're murder. I could do this all day. Here's your payment. I don't like mimes, minstrels, thespians, acrobats, jugglers, troubadours, or tumblers. Flutes give me a headache. I particularly hate jesters. As a rule, I'm also not crazy about the corpses of old women. For the Night Mother, I'll make an exception. But Astrid is the only mistress I serve. I don't like mimes.
I really liked this here. He's crotchety. He reminds me of my bestie. And Soul Sculptor says, "Hail Sithis."
Cicero can talk for a moment. Just a moment. Their mother must be tended to.
Oh my. I don't know how you tend a corpse. Maybe I really don't want to know. So, let's see. Let's go kill Narfi. I just feel like murdaring people right now. For murdar is it is time for the murdar. Vazzy is hosting, so Vazzy's around somewhere. Okay, let's see. This direction. Where am I going, and to whom do I put my blade? Or in this case, arrow. And too far. Outside of Everstead. Alright. Apparently, all hail the Night Mother. It should be interesting. I heard the Nern route. Because I passed it right up like a ding-ding. Alright. I'm getting paid to kill you. You can keep your clothes. Now, we're gonna save because I want to see if I'm still wanted in Dawnstar. Or if during my travels I have lessened my visibility. Tee. And good morning, Vazzy. I am curious to see if I'm still gonna be ran down like a dog, or if I can finally loot the corpse that I murdered. Oh, the question is, where the hell did I murder her? Kinda was busy running away like a little beach. Oh, the guard sees me. I know I'm here. No corpse.
Go away.
What? What?
These dreams are real, I tell you. Real.
Tell me to go away. I'll add you to my list of people to murder just for no reason at all. Bet you somebody cleaned up the body already. Can't even let me properly loot people. Rude. Super rude. Alright. Who's next on the murder train? Oh, report back. I can report back. Yeah, you're right, Vazzy. I bet it is. Where's Krabby Nazir? Come to me, my friend.
Sister, congratulations. You slaughtered an emaciated beggar in cold blood. You are truly an opponent to be feared. Here's your payment.
I just love his saltiness. It's too much like my bestie.
Good luck. And try not to get yourself killed.
There is no one who can stand between the hunter and his prey.
I squeak. I squeak. You squeak. Everybody squeak, squeak. Beep. And again, squeak, squeak, squeak. Crap. Which is the direction out? This way. And the emaciated beggar is dead. Yes, 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 yes. Where is my contract? The last one. Wait, there it is. This direction. Where am I going? There's not too terribly much this direction. Really? There, that way my horse doesn't get shot at all night. Might get munched on by some wolves, but not like I can't afford some more. Ooh, 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 free stuff. Nobody stops, you know, I mean, free gold. And, you know, tight leather clamp butt. So, bonus. After this next contract murder, I should find a oh hey look, a free person to make naked. Haha, you're nude. Something sees me, and I heard the distinct sound of a troll. Alright, now that little crack right here. So here's my question. How do I continue up my path, which looks like I need to go up, because here's a flag. But my question is, how the hell do I get up there? Come on, you can do it. There we go, up you go. Oh, I was right. Damn troll. Oh, soul gem, baby. I'll take it. Oh, look, you left me a present? Ice wolf pelt? Okay, I'll take it. I like presents. Presents are good. Vessi singing hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. It's off to work we go. It's a shame I don't know how to whistle. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. It's time for me to do some killing. Hi ho, hi ho, hi ho, hi ho. My favorite thing on the planet! Cursing mud crabs! Yay! Come to me, my cursing little boob skins. You little sailor dumplings. Oh, why does that please me so much? It does. It pleases me. Oh, he was camping. What am I detected by? Is there another mud crab? Is there? There is. Oh, come here, my little sea dumpling. Come here. I should not be this pleased. But I am. I am so happy now. They sigh. It does not take much to make me pleased. very happy now. Very.
Miss Cicero can talk for a moment. Just a moment. Her mother must be...
To kill triplets secretly, and then have the whole thing blamed on the mother. Remarkable.
How a child could have accomplished it. Such is the power of the arcane.
I heard the little vampire child. She's awesome. But I don't know where she is.
Need something? Good. And I hope you were careful in that lumber mill. Those splinters and rusty nails can be quite nasty. Your payment for a job well done. I'm sorry I don't. Come see me again later.
Boo. Well, we did just get a big contract in Markarth. I guess we could go there.
Greetings, sister. Need something? You must speak to that Moiri woman, correct? I have heard rumors in Windhelm. She was recently implicated in a thievery, along with her lover. The lover will likely be your target. If memory serves me correctly, he leads a group of bandits. So this may be rather interesting for you. Truthfully, I'm not entirely sure. It's not that I don't have the utmost respect for Sithis and the Night Mother and the ancient ways. I do. But I've never been much for religion. I kill because it's what I've been trained to do. It's all I know. So long as Astrid is happy, I'm happy. Right then.
The Night Mother's crypt in Breville was... desecrated. Imperial province is ravaged by strife. Nowhere there is safe at present. So Cicero brought Our Lady to her new home. Here, this is the only sanctuary left in all of Skyrim, you see. Such was my honor as keeper. Until next time, sister.
Go. Take care of the Muiri contract. There will be plenty more, I promise you.
Yay. Oh, your chunky cat came to see me. That's lovely. Now. There we go. Do, 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 do. Believe I'm going up to Markarth. Yeah, y'alls. Let's go to Markarth now. It's where I picked up my hunky hubby.
A war dog is good company and good protection.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a war dog. Nope, I was not supposed to go in here. Fair enough. Here we are.
Why are you looking at me like that? The Dark Brotherhood. Oh, my goodness, you're really here. The Black Sacrament. It actually worked. What I need is for Elaine Dufont to die. I want him hunted down and murdered like the dog he is. I didn't know it when we were with each other, but Elaine is actually the leader of a band of cutthroats. Bandits. They're holed up in some old dwarven ruin. Raldbethar. It's near Windhelm. They use it as their base. It's where they stage their raids. I want you to go to that ruin, find Elaine Dufont, and kill him. I don't care about his friends. Do whatever you want with them. But Elaine has to die. Excellent. Once Elaine is dead, I'll pay you. In gold. I've saved up a bit. I hope that'll do. But, well, there is one more thing. If you're interested. If you can, I want you to kill someone else as well. You don't have to, not as part of our deal, but if you do, I'll pay you even more. It's Nilsine Shattershield in Windhelm. If Nilsine dies too, I'll make it worth your while. I went to Windhelm to see the Shattershields. They were old and dear friends, and in mourning. Frigga was killed recently. Murdered. I met Elaine in the tavern, while I was drinking my sadness away. He was handsome and charming. He said I was the beautiful lily of his dreams. Elaine made all the pain just go away. But it was all lies. Elaine used me. He ruined my name, destroyed my friendship with the Shattershields. Do you know why Elaine was in Windhelm? He heard about Frigga's murder. He wanted to befriend the family in their grief and rob them blind. Elaine used me to get close to my friends. And now they all think I'm some kind of monster. Elaine Dufont took my life, and now I'm taking his. Don't you see? I was like a daughter to Tova, a sister to Nilsine and Frigga. But the family refuses to believe my innocence, no matter what I say. Couldn't they understand that I was used? That I was grieving for Frigga too? No, they treated me like garbage, threw me away. With Nilsine dead, maybe then Tova will realize what she's lost, huh? Maybe then she'll see that I was just as much a daughter as the others. And if not, may she drown in her own tears. Make them all pay for what they've done to me.
Wow. Drama. Drama. Ah, to Windhelm, to Windhelm, to Windhelm. Ooh, what's the quickest way? Because no matter which way we go, we're taking a trip. I could hit up Loria's farm, cut through the rays. And no, let's go sell some crap. Time to go sell crap. Oh, it's dark. Of course it is. Oh, I can make it home. I can make it home. Catch some Z's, get my buff.
You're back. Look what I found. Here, take it.
Aw. Cute. Everybody's sleeping. Let's sleep.
Hello, my love. Back from some adventure, I bet? Yes, my love? Would... Here, this is fresh. I'll have another meal ready tomorrow. Take a look.
Why are you selling that? Question mark. Somehow I feel a little betrayed. Just a little. Anyway, buy my stuff. Gotta get some of this sold off. Kind of curious where I got some of it. I didn't pay attention to what I picked up. Sabercat snow pelt. Ooh, no, that keep that. Need to put that up.
We have a cozy little profit. Here, this is your share, love.
600. I've been gone for almost a week. Wow.
Goodbye, my love.
Okay, let me put up this. Oh crap, I passed up the one. Let's see. Ingredients. And books. Okie dokie. Next up. I'm a Thane. Yay! I'm a Thane. That's right. I'm a Thane. Okay. I still weigh 150. Why? Okay, I ate that one. Okie dokie. Store. Store, store. Store. Storing stuff, storing stuff. I'm still heavy. Why? Why so heavy? Who the heck knows? Okay, I'm going a direction. Because we're going to have to travel all the way. It's like we got to take that and then we got to take that little windy space. Right? Up into the mountains, you know, it cuts in here. Whereas this one just... Like, maybe I should cut across the mountainscape there. And Eve is nothing but drama. Oh, I know, right? I thought the same thing, too. Why are you running up here? Causing all those enemies to get a fluttery. Come here. Come here, fat boy. We got places to go. Something's hitting me. Oh, you aggravated all these wenches. Alright, I got some lootings to do. They hurt my horse. Bunch of trot. Okay, now why can't I walk? Did I click something that made me automatically walk instead of run? Like, seriously. I clicked something I had to have. Where's the other one? There's the other body. Alright. What did I click that did that? Well, that was interesting. Now we're running again like normal. What the hell? Okay, so I'm running, and no, I need to cut right. I should have just cut right away. Right? Yeah, I figured somebody's following us. Let them. You just better not kill my horse. Bunch of jerks. And Vazzy, every time I see troll fat, I actually think the same thing. So I don't know if that just makes us all 12, but goat horn. See, now that we're in this nice little frozen area, Looks like a fox, though. And a soul gem filled. Don't tell Fox. We're not gonna tell Fox about the fox. What? What? That's what was stalking us? Holy crap, no wonder. Oh, fill the soul gem. Yes! Okie dokie. And here, I really needed to take a break. I need to take a quick nature break. Okay, everyone, I actually do need to take a quick, less than 5-minute facility break. I will be right back. As you know, stream did not freeze for you. I said I was taking a quick break. I had to use the restroom. So, now we're back. Let's get to it. Oh man, good thing I came back when I did. What's with all the trolls? Oh my goodness. Okie dokie. I think I got very, very lucky that I wasn't clobbered while I was in the restroom. Yeah, I'm heading right for it. Is it up there? And how the heck do I get up there? Ah, here's some stairs. And it's been another hour. Better do a quick save. Actually, do I need to... I'm gonna have to refill this. Let's charge it. There we go. Apparel. Did I put my helmet back on? There we go. Saved. Helmet's back on. We're creeping up these ancient stairs that somebody decided to keep using. Killed a couple of trolls. It's past time for us to read another book, so if I find one in here, guess we're reading. Come on. Come on, come back in you. No soul gem large enough. I bought some graders. Ah, fine. Nudity. 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 That is your punishment for your smart mouths. Nudity. One should not mess with me. Nope. Dwarven ruin time. Traps galore. Yeah. That probably hurt. Now you're nude. Nudity. Roasting skeever on an open flame. Dude, they really are roasting skeever. Definitely interesting. Nudity, nudity, nudity. Everybody needs some nudity sometimes. Everybody needs some nudity somehow. could have handled that with more finesse, but you know. We're not really picky around here. If I catch somebody sleeping, all the better.
Someone there?
You're nothing.
Dwarves were clever creatures.
Nudity. I'm out of space. I need to level up more. It's Foxington! I am not ignoring you, darling. You have to.
I'm in the Discord.
Well, why don't you speak?
I have been.
You've been muted, lovey.
No, you muted me. I don't know why.
No. I do not mute. I don't. Bunny controls this channel.
See, I was talking and like you were just like singing happy la 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 killing people.
Killing people, all the killing. How was your test? Are you okay?
My palms and my hand hurt. That was not fun. I mean, she stuck in.
The last time they did mine, they stuck needles between the webbings in my toes and fingers and ran electricity through them.
Well, they didn't do anything with my fingers. They did it on my the meat of my thumb, in the back and the front of the meat of my thumb. So that was fun. Not.
No, they stuck it in every webbing between my fingers and toes, and then ramped up the amplification of their electricity until I screamed over and over and over. Did it for 2 hours. It was straight up medieval torture in a concrete room in a basement at the hospital. Creepy place.
That's kind of hot.
No, it's not kind of hot. It's totally not. Alright, I am way behind on reading another story, although you missed a really, really dark and deep one. Volume 3 of Baron Zaya was... It was long, it was deep, it was dark. And then I read The Truth of the Night Mother. Very twisted.
That one's a mess.
Ooh. And Cicero has brought the Night Mother.
Yep.
And I've completed 3 out of my 4 contracts, so now I'm on my 4th one. I just killed one part of it, so... Found a book, so we're going to go ahead and read it, because it's been a few minutes. It's actually been like 45 minutes since my last book. So we're on Last Seed, Book 8 of 2920, The Last Year of the First Era by Karlovac Townway. First Last Seed, 2920, in Mournhold Morrowind. They were gathered in the Duke's courtyard at twilight, enjoying the smell and warmth of a fire of dry branches and bittergreen leaves. Tiny embers flew into the sky, hanging for a few moments before vanishing. I was rash, agreed the Duke soberly, but Lorcan had his laugh, and all is well. The Morag Tong will not assassinate the Emperor now that my payment to them is at the bottom of their inner sea. I thought you had made some sort of a truce with the Daedra princess. What your sailors called a Daedra may not have been one, said Sothasil. Perhaps it was a rogue battle mage or even a lightning bolt that destroyed our ship. The prince and the emperor are en route to take possession of Auld Lambasi, as our truce agreed. It is certainly typical of the Cyrodiil to assume that their concessions are negotiable, while ours are not. Vivek pulled out a map. We can meet them here in this village to the northwest of Auld Lambasi, Ferventhil. But will we meet them to talk, asked Amalexia, or to make war? No one had an answer to that. 15 Last Seed, 2920. Ferventhil, Morrowind. A late summer squall blew through the small village, darkening the sky except for flashing of lightning, which leapt from cloud to cloud like acrobats. Water rushed down the narrow streets ankle deep, and the prince had to shout to be heard by his captains, but a few feet away from him. "There's an inn up ahead. We'll wait there for the storm to pass before pressing on to Aldlambassi." The inn was warm and dry, and bustling with business. Barmaids were rushing back and forth, bringing grief and wine to a back room, evidently excited about a famous visitor. Someone who was attracting more attention than the mere heir to the empire of Tamriel. Amused, Juliet watched them run until he overheard the name of Vivek. "My Lord Vivek," he said, bursting into the back room, "you must believe me. I knew nothing about the attack on Blackgate until after it happened. We will, of course, be returning it to your care forthwith. I wrote you a letter to that effect at your palace in Balmora, but obviously you're not there." He paused, taking in the many faces in the room. "I'm sorry, let me introduce myself. I am Ulic Cyrodiil." "My name is Almalexia," said the most beautiful woman the prince had ever seen. "Won't you join us?" "Sotha Sil," said a serious-looking Dunmer in a white cloak, shaking the prince's hand and showing him to a seat. "Indoril Brindisi Dorum, Duke Prince of Mournhold," said the massively built man next to him as he sat down. "I recognize that the events of the last month suggest at best that the Imperial Army is not under my control," said the prince after ordering some wine. "This is true. The army is my father's." "I understood that the Emperor was going to be coming to Aldlambassi as well," said Almalexia. "Officially he is," said the prince cautiously. "Unofficially, he's still back in the Imperial City. He's met with an unfortunate accident." Vivek glanced at the Duke quickly before looking at the prince. "An accident?" "Oh, he's fine," said the prince quickly. "He'll live, but it looks like he'll lose an eye. It was an altercation that has nothing to do with the war. The only good news is that while he recovers, I have the use of his seal. Any agreement we make here and now will be binding to the Empire, both in my father's reign and in mine." "Then let's start agreeing," smiled Almalexia. Ooh woo. 16 Last Seed 2920. Rothnagha Cyrodiil. The tiny hamlet of Rothnagha greeted Cassir with its colorful houses perched on a promontory overlooking the stretch of the Rothgarian mountain plain and high rock beyond. Had he been in a better mood, the sight would have been breathtaking. As it was, he could only think that in practical terms, a small village like this would have meager provisions for himself and his horse. He rode down into the main square, where an inn called the Eagle's Cry stood. Directing the stable boy to house and feed his horse, Cassir walked into the inn and was surprised by its ambiance. A minstrel he had heard played once in Gilverdale was performing a jaunty old tune to the clapping of the mountain men. Such forced merriment was not what Cassir wanted at that moment. A glum Dunmer woman was seated at the only table far from the noise, so he took his drink there and sat down without invitation. It was only when he did so that he noticed that she was holding a newborn baby. "I've just come from Morrowind," he said rather awkwardly, lowering his voice. "I've been fighting for Vivek and the Duke of Mournhold against an Imperial army. A traitor to my people, I guess you'd call me." "I am also a traitor to my people," said the woman, holding up her hand, which was scarred with a branded symbol. "It means that I am never going back to my homeland." "Well, you're not thinking of staying here, are you?" laughed Cassir. "It's certainly quaint, but come wintertide, there's going to be snow up to your eyelashes. It's no place for a new baby. What is her name?" "Bosriel. It means beauty of the forest. Where are you going?" "Dwinnen, on the bay in High Rock. You're welcome to join me. I could use the company." He held out his hand. "Cassir Whitley." "Turala," said the woman after a pause. She was going to use her family's name first, as a tradition, but she realized that it was no longer her name. "I would love to accompany you. Thank you." 19 Last Seed 2920. Aldlabasi Morrowind. 5 men and 2 women stood in the silence of the great room of the castle, the only sound the scrawl of quill on parchment and the gentle tapping of rain on the large picture window. As the prince set the seal of Cyrodiil on the document, the peace was made official. The Duke of Mournhold broke out in a roar of delight, ordering wine brought in to commemorate the end of 80 years of war. Only Sothasil stood apart from the group. His face betrayed no emotion. Those who knew him best knew he did not believe in endings or beginnings, but in the continuous cycle of which this was but a small part. "My prince," said the castle steward, unhappy at breaking the celebration, "there is a messenger here from your mother, the Empress. He asked to see your father, but as he did not arrive—" Juliek excused himself and went to speak with the messenger. "The Empress does not live in the Imperial City?" asked Vivek. "No," said Amalixia, shaking her head sadly. "Her husband has imprisoned her in Black Marsh, fearing that she was plotting a revolution against him. She is extremely wealthy and has powerful allies in the Western Colovian estates, so he could not marry another or have her executed. They've been at an impasse for the last 17 years since Juliek was a child." The prince returned a few minutes later. His face betrayed his anxiety, though he took troubles to hide it. "My mother needs me," he said simply. "I'm afraid I must leave at once. If I may have a copy of the treaty, I will bring it with me to show the Empress the good we have done today, and then I will carry it on to the Imperial City so it may be made official." Prince Juliek left with the fond farewells of the 3 Morrowind. As they watched him ride out into the rain-swept night south towards Black Marsh, Vivek said, "Tamriel will be much healed when he has the throne." 31 Last Seed, 2920. Dorsa Pass, Black Marsh. The moon was rising over the desolate quarry, steaming with swamp gas from a particularly hot summer, as the prince and his 2 guard escort rode out of the forest. The massive piles of earth and dung had been piled high in antiquity by some primitive, long-dead tribe of Black Marsh, hoping to keep out some evil from the north. Evidently, the evil had broken through the Dorsa Pass, the large crack in the sad, lonely rampart that stretched for miles. The black, twisted trees that grew on the barrier cast strange shadows down, like a net tangling. The prince's mind was on his mother's cryptic letter, hinting at the threat of an invasion. He could not, of course, tell the Dunmer about it, at the very least until he knew more and had notified his father. After all, the letter was meant for him. It was its urgent tone that made him decide to go directly to Gideon. The Empress had also warned him about a band of former slaves who attacked caravans going into Dorsa Pass. She advised him to be certain to make his imperial shield visible, so they would know he was not one of the hated Dunmer slavers. Upon riding into the tall weeds that flooded through the pass like a noxious river, the prince ordered that his shield be displayed. "I can see why the slaves use this," said the prince's captain. "It's an excellent location for an ambush." Juliek nodded his head, but his thoughts were elsewhere. What threat of invasion the Empress have discovered? Were the Akaviri on the seas again? If so, how could his mother, from her cell in Castle Giovesi, know of it? A rustle in the weeds and a single sharp human cry behind him interrupted his ponderings. Turning around, the prince discovered that he was alone. His escort had vanished. The prince peered over the stretch of moonlit sea of grass, which waved in almost hypnotic patterns to the ebb and flow of the night wind billowing through the pass. It was impossible to tell if the struggling soldier was beneath this system of vibrations. A dying horse behind another, a high whistling wind drowned out any sound the victims of the ambush might be making. Juliek drew his sword and thought about what to do, his mind willing, his heart not to panic. He was closer to the exit of the pass than the entrance. Whatever had slain his escort must have been behind him. If he rode fast enough, perhaps he could outrun it. Spurring his horse to gallop, he charged for the hills ahead, framed by the mighty black piles of dirt. When he was thrown, it happened so suddenly. He was hurtling forward before he was truly conscious of the fact. He landed several yards beyond where his horse had fallen, breaking his shoulder and his back on impact. A numbness washed over him as he stared at his poor dying steed, its belly sliced open by one of several spears jutting up just below the surface of the grass. Prince Juliek was not able to turn and face the figure that emerged from the grass, nor able to move to defend himself. His throat was cut, without ceremony. Miramar cursed when he saw the face of his victim more clearly in the moonlight. He had seen the Emperor at the Battle of Bodrum when he had fought in his Imperial Majesty's command, and this was clearly not the Emperor. Searching the body, he found the letter and a treaty signed by Vivek Almexia Thessil and the Duke of Mournhold, representing the Morrowind, and the Prince Juliek Cyrodiil, representing the Cyrodiil Empire. Curse my luck, muttered Miramor to himself in the whispering grass. I've only killed a prince. Where's the reward in that? Miramor destroyed the letter, as Zook had instructed him to do, and pocketed the treaty. At the very least, such a curiosity would have some market value. He disassembled the traps as he pondered his next step. Return to Gideon and ask his employer for a lesser reward for killing the heir? Move on to other lands? At the very least, he considered, he had picked up 2 useful skills from the Battle of Bodrum. From the Dunmer, he had learned the excellent spear trap, and abandoning the Imperial army, he had learned how to skulk in the grass. The year is continued in Hearthfire. Well now, that kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's like poor Juliak. F. Can we
Yeah.
get a chat for him?
Hey, I'm overweight.
Yes, my lady.
Hey, hooker, hold some
I'm
crap.
sworn to carry your burdens.
Aegis Bane, what is that? Ooh, okay. Hold that. Hold that, hold that, hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Hold that. Hold everything until you can hold no more.
I'm sworn to carry your burden.
There we go.
Is there anything else you need?
Oh
This better
yeah.
not be all the stuff you just can't be bothered with.
No, we're done here. I killed my target. Now to go sell stuff and then go kill the next target.
There's more stuff in the back or behind the stuff or behind the gate.
Yeah, but I'm already full. So for now, it's not like I can't come back.
It's true.
I mean, all these naked people. Then that means more naked people.
Of course you like me.
It's my signature. I've been here. There is nudity. I can't believe Bunny had not given you your tag. That was funny.
Sure, I hadn't really been active, so.
You think you'll be on tonight?
No, I have D&D with Will, Lester, Kerrigan, and Andrew.
I didn't. Wait, it's Wednesday night. Normally it's game night at your place.
We are slaves to Esther's work schedule right now because Esther's the one that has a job that means she has to work like the next day, early in the morning.
Ah.
Thank you. Ah, good to see you.
I'm gonna give my my poor
odds and ends,
husband
that sort
a
of
back
thing.
massage.
Massage Envy
hands all
reopened.
What now?
Massage Envy reopened. I have an appointment tomorrow.
Yeah, he gets appointments Brandy quite frequently too. His massage therapist. It's just his back is hurting really bad right now.
Mine
So
has
I'm
been
gonna go.
for weeks. That's why the fact that they are open tomorrow and getting me in, I'm beyond excited.
That's good. I'm gonna go rub my butt on Andy since I can't really use my hands.
Okay.
I'll
Thank you
leave
for
that to your
giving.
imagination.
Thank you for giving me nosebleed. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'll make sure it's a full body massage
Uh-huh.
just for you.
Uh-huh.
Full body.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I'll talk to you later.
Yeah. You do that. Evil, evil, evil friend.
Hey,
Evil.
I'll send you nipple pics so you're not careful.
Oh my god, don't. No. No. Don't. I'm kind of unfortunately weak for those. Stop it. You stop. You bad naughty person. Naughty.
Some may call this junk.
Go take care of your husband.
Call them treasures.
And these are my friends. They pick on me, so apparently I like it. I don't know what that says about me. It says something.
Till next time.
Alright, where is the wench?
What's on your mind? I am at your command.
Yes, dear, as we well know. You tend to like the steel shield. I'll take that back. One of those. That.
Very good, man.
The river with my sister Camilla. Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Brock is here. Yes, we've had several stories today. They've been pretty good.
Yes, I am here.
You found me. How was your day?
All right. And yours?
Hey, I'm finally back to doing some streaming. That's a good sign, right?
Yep.
And I'm finally getting my back work done tomorrow, so even better. Tomorrow will be a great day. I've been very evil today, and our friendly neighborhood evil person has not been on. I don't know what to do. It's a shame. He's missed out on all the evil. I'm still heavy. Why am I so heavy? Who knows? Let's go do the other half of that contract. We'll do a quick save. And let's see. Windhelm. There's somebody on my list. Very near.
You septums ain't nothing. You can spare that for us, can't you?
We gotta leave.
Be on the lookout. The butcher could be around any corner. Get him! Those fools are actually fighting.
Yep, time to run. Time to run. Ouch. Ouch. Time to run away. Running away, running away. I have done some murdering. Not crap. I did not run far enough away. Now maybe I ran far enough away. Interesting. Okay. Now to go all the way across the continent to... is it Markarth? Yep, it's Markarth. And time for another story.
Well, what news? Thank you. That bastard got exactly what he deserved. And I heard about Nilsine. You have more than fulfilled your part of the bargain. Please,
excuse me.
Take this as payment and a symbol of my affection. I'll never forget you.
One thing everyone can agree on. This war is bad for business.
Okay, do I go back to the Brotherhood now? I do. Astrid's gonna want to know that I did the deeds. I did the things I did, and there's stories in there, I'm sure. And my pretty little horse survived all those attacks. It's a good horse. I haven't had to replace it.
Ah, you're back. So, how went your first real contract? A bit more exciting than what Nazir's been offering, I'd wager? Oh, very good. Very good indeed. You, my dear, are going to fit in here quite nicely. Now, I need your assistance with a matter of a more personal nature. It's Cicero. Ever since he arrived, his behavior's been, well, erratic would be an understatement. I do believe he is truly mad, but it's worse than that. He's taken to locking himself in the Night Mother's chamber and talking to someone in hushed but frantic tones. Who is he speaking with? What are they planning? I fear treachery. You must understand. If Cicero is turning the others against me, against us, our family would not survive such division. Dear sister, I need you to steal into that chamber and eavesdrop on their meeting. It'll be no use clinging to the shadows. They'll see you for sure. No, you need a hiding place. Somewhere they'd never think to look. Like inside the Night Mother's coffin. They'll never think to check it. Who in their right mind would hide inside? Now go, before they meet, and report back to me with whatever you learn.
Ew. I had to go hide in a creepy coffin.
Go, quickly. Hide in the coffin before Cicero and the traitor meet.
Good, I'm not by myself. Clunky McClunkerson will give me away as sure as anything else.
alone? Yes. Yes. Alone. Sweet solitude. No one will hear us, disturb us. Everything is going according to plan. The others, I've spoken to them, and they're coming around, I know it. The wizard Festus Crex. Perhaps even the Argonian, and the Unchild. What about you? Have you spoken to anyone? No? No, of course not. I do the talking, the stalking, the seeing, and the saying. And what do you do? Nothing! Not that I'm angry. Oh, never. Cicero understands. Cicero always understands. And obeys. You'll talk when you're ready, won't you? Won't you? Sweet night, mother.
Poor Cicero. Dear Cicero. Such a humble servant. But he will never hear my voice. For he is not the listener.
Uh-oh.
Oh, but how can I defend you? How can I exert your will if you will not speak to anyone?
No, but I will speak. I will speak to you. For you are the one. Yes, you. You who shares my iron tomb. Who warms my ancient bone. I give you this task. Journey to Wallen Road. Speak with Armand Mortier.
Poor Cicero has failed you. Poor Cicero is sorry, sweet mother. I've tried so very hard. But I just can't find the listener.
Tell Cicero the time has come. Tell him the words he has been waiting for all these years. Darkness rises when silence dies.
What? What treachery? Defiler! Debaser and defiler! You have violated the sanctity of the Night Mother's coffin! Explain yourself! Speak, worm! She spoke to you? More treachery. More trickery and deceit! You lie! The Night Mother speaks only to the listener! And there is no listener! She said that. She said those words. To you. Darkness rises when silence dies. But those are the words. The binding words. Written in the keeping tomes. The signal so I would know. Mother's only way of talking to sweet Cicero. Then, it's true. She's back. Our Lady is back. She has chosen a listener. She has chosen you. All hail the listener.
I'm concerned.
My sickness, this ends now. Back away, fool. Whatever you've been planning is over. Are you all right? I heard the commotion. Who was Cicero talking to? Where's the accomplice? Reveal yourself, traitor.
Oh, I spoke only to the Night Mother. I spoke to the Night Mother, but she didn't speak to me. Oh, no. She spoke only to her. To the listener.
What? The listener? What are you going on about? What is this lunacy?
It's true! It's true! The Night Mother has spoken! The silence has been broken! The listener has been chosen!
When I heard Cicero screaming, I knew you'd been discovered. I feared the worst. Are you all right? Then what in Sithis' name is going on? Cicero spoke to the Night Mother, but she spoke to you? Is this just more of the fool's rambling? What? So Cicero wasn't talking to anyone else? Just the Night Mother's body? And the Night Mother, who, according to everything we know, will only speak to the person chosen as listener, just spoke. Right now. To you? By Sithis. And? What did she say? Amand Motier? I have no idea who that is. But Volenrud, that I have heard of. And I know where it is. No. No! Listen, I don't know what's going on here, but you take your orders from me. Are we clear on that? The Night Mother may have spoken to you, but I am still the leader of this family. I will not have my authority so easily dismissed. I need time to think about all this. Go see Nazir. Do some work for him. I'll find you when I'm ready to discuss the matter further.
Okay. I'll go get some more contract. Still haven't spotted any books that are glowing. Contract time.
Sister. Well then, your timing couldn't be better. As it turns out, I've got 2 new contracts. One rather easy assignment, and another that should prove quite a challenge. Your first target is an orc bard named Lurbuk. The other is a vampire by the name of Hearn. Happy hunting. He is, by all accounts, the worst bard in all of Skyrim. Apparently, so many people sought his death, Astrid had to hold a lottery to determine the client. He's a vampire, and has blended into human society for years. He's never far from his female companion, Hurt, also a vampire. The contract is for the male Hearn, but you'll probably have to contend with the female too. So for Sithis' sake, watch yourself. You've got people to kill, my friend. Best get to it.
Okay. More death. Any more stories? This was glowing. This was interesting. That was deep. Any more? Any more? Any more? I squeaked. I squeaked again. So the Night Mother chose me. Nobody believes me. Except Cicero. And am I heavy? No, I'm not. That's right. We did sell off crap. Let's come this way to Morthal. Surely we'll find a book in there. Can't believe All-Star's missing out on all my evilness. I've been so very, very evil. I hear it, or I heard it. Grab some death bells. Not so. Okie dokie.
Finally, someone comes in. Kick off your boots, stay a while. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. I
Got any books? Books, 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 books. Books! We have books! We have Holds of Skyrim, Song of Eskeld Men, and Walking the World, Volume 11.
There's nothing like a good song to lift
What say you, Vroke?
in troubled times.
What were the options again?
The Holds of Skyrim, Song of the Eskeld Men, and Walking the World, Volume 11.
Pick one that's not part of a series.
None of these look like they're part.
Well, I mean, anything with a volume.
Let's do Song of the Eskeld Men, Nord Traditional. Translation 3rd Era 213. Athenium monks at Old Enthel. 50 nights from home I last awoke, upon a sky-flung cliff in Hjalmar cold. Though my flesh had died and gone to ground, my vision went on from body unbound. Winking there in the vale whence I came, this dead man's eyes saw a pale flame. Were men the same who took life away, sung high their battle glory and praise. Wafting went I, a shade or a white, through stoic pines pitched ink of night. Ere I came upon the pyre burning throng, I heard carried on wind's wing their song. Sing high and clear, bandsmen born of sky, let Sovngarde hear and join our cry. These honored dead shed blood upon the fen, ending orc and elf and traitor men. Your spirit went unto and filled their heart. You sped them to glory, hail spirit Wolfhearth. Then oil from urns fed greedy flames, burning what few my legion and I slayed. Wordlessly they chanted then until dawn, every flake of ash gathered ere they marched on. Swept along unseen, so too went I, meekly haunting these children of the sky. Tireless they went, over hearth and hill, exhaustion seemed only to spur them still. Unflagging they went, a whirl of rage, soon finding our camp bloated with prey. My dead heart ached, for I knew men within, doomed, never knowing how close was their end. Again the Nord chest swelled up in refrain. I screamed unheard, I wept with horror plain. Here is our ancestor Ash King Ysmir. Honor this warband as we to glory repair. Excuse me. Those dead to whom you spoke and heard, we bear them upon us, your valor conferred. And so it was to the man each was smeared, with ash of a brother's bone, blood, and beard. These ashen brutes, the Eskeld men, set to the gruesome task, each bowstring bent. I bellowed then a cry of desperate rage, a futile howl among those men, an empty page. Yet one elder turned and unblinking stared into the vapor soul of me, his nostrils flared. He bellowed ancient words, his beard aflame, and my vision fell away. Peace at last came. Didn't rhyme real good.
You should think about staying the night.
Well, aren't you the pretty one? I bet all the men chase after you. The people here work so hard, and they never allow themselves a moment of fun. It's such a pity. It won't last forever, though.
You kill and you run. One contract down. I hope I don't have to check in right away. Nope. Yes, I do. Vazzy, you're right. It probably does rhyme better in the native tongue.
We need to talk. Look, something is happening here. I'm not sure entirely what that something is, but, well, we need to find out. If the Night Mother really did give you an order to talk to a contact, we'd be mad to ignore it. And I think we'd both agree, Cicero's brought quite enough madness to this sanctuary. So go. Go to Vollenrude. It's a crypt, pretty far to the northeast. Talk to this Armand Motier, and let's see where all this leads,
The shadow scales are all but forgotten. Ancient tradition from another time.
Will they... So wonderful. The only good bard is a dead one as far as I'm concerned. All that singing and mirth. Your payment, as per the usual. Happy hunting.
He's such a joyful one, that one there. So, that final book, we have breached the 3-hour mark. I think this is a good place with the turning in of that. It was quite an evil day, full of very dark stories, and a lot of murdering. Quite evil. But, I think I have made up a couple of my times with a nice 3-hour stream for everyone to listen and catch up on. Watch me as I fail a little bit here and there. Next up will be tomorrow. If everything works out, I should get back to normal streaming schedule. So I think this is where I'm going to... Did I save? I think I saved. This is where I say thank you for joining, hanging out, watching, catching up. It was a very dark day, full of lots of evil. Daedric Prince to the Night Mother, fulfilled some contracts, and created a lot of dead people. It was a day. Like I said, I'll do my best to get back to regular schedule, starting up again tomorrow. So I appreciate you all very much and look forward to seeing you next time. Until then, take care. Bye, everyone.